what kind of initiated your interest? Well, let me back it up. Before I ask about street photography in particular, what is it that drew you to photography, like at the very beginning?
Good question. What drew me to it? I always, I t- from when I was about 17, 18, I started traveling, and I was documenting my travels to bring back. In those days, I was shooting color transparency, and I was sort of doing photographs to bring back, and I do slideshows for my mum and dad, and anybody who was kind of interested in looking to see where I might have been, as a record for myself. Not that any not that any of my buddies were really interested where I had been. They just knew that I had missed being in the pub the previous Friday or something like that. But my mum and dad and my sister and my grandparents were kind of interested to see where I was at. And I was working as a chef, and I ended up working in a hotel down on the south coast of England. And there was another guy there who was interested in photography, so it became a bit of a thing for us. We'd get out on our days off. Our days off coincided. We always had a Tuesday, Wednesday off, and off we'd shoot. All over the south of England. Taking photos together, and then of course, you get back, you put them in at the local camera store or in a local drugstore to get them developed, pick them up a week later, and then we'd sit having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and going through our photos, and just documenting our daily running around, and looking for something a little bit different. I think a lot of the time back then it was sort of jigsaw and chocolate box cover images. It was always something kind of pretty back then. And I guess my color transparencies were a little bit like that. You're just trying to pick out the nicer stuff. But the longer I kind of stuck at it, I found that I got further and further away from that, and sunny days became less and less important to go out and shoot. I ended up shoot. It's more about inclement weather. In fact, yesterday I was up in Barrie shooting a guy who I have known for a little while. Met him online, and he'd reached out, and he was interested in a couple of photographs. Big music fan, and I got a picture of Roy Thompson Hall, and he's from Barrie. I'd been in Innisfil, and I got a picture of from Innisfil, and it kind of resonated with him. So I'd said that I'd do some prints for him, and I knew he was down on his luck a little bit, and so I took a drive up, and I delivered him a couple of pictures that he'd sort of liked. But before I went up, and I said, "Hey, how would you feel about me taking a picture?" And he said he'd be down with it. He didn't know if his daughter would be down for it. But when I got there, it was a bright, sunny day, and I'm kind of struggling to try and find a spot to take a picture of him. I sort of prefer the overcast days, and I think for a lot of people, those are the days that unfortunately, they've got their camera sat in a drawer. It's when the sun takes some pictures. It's sunny out there, and that's not me. I'm if it's overcast, or if it's foggy, or if it's different, if it's chucking it down with rain, sort of get me out there and let me see what I can get.